stage. A gentleman who needs no introduction, but I will attempt to give him one. And I use the term gentleman loosely. There's a joke in there somewhere. I think it just probably made itself, judging from the laughter. He is the reason for my mother's heart surgery. So, we're keeping up with information. He just gave her too much of a thrill. She couldn't take it anymore. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, you all know him as my stepdad, but a lot of people know him as Horror Show Jack. Woo! Make some noise. What do you... For my stepdad? Nah, we're making some noise for Horror Show Jack out there. Come on. Come on, these fine rounds. You can do better than that.
Put it on the microphone farthest from my
Who are you gonna call? Horror Show Jack.
Is that good? You can hear me? Oh, you can heckle me all night long. I'll be able to work with it. So, your mother's heart surgery. Ah, damn. So we went to see Ches perform this weekend at the Aviator, and we saw Jim there, and I almost didn't recognize him because there wasn't a microphone, there wasn't a guitar near him, and Mavric wasn't near him. And I've never seen Jim without Mavric. That's when I realized, oh my God, he looks so different without Mavric. He really is an attractive man. You know, Mavric, if you stand next to Mavric, he steals the spotlight. This is a purring man. I wish the niche could look like this Halloween decor all year round. This is phenomenal. And Mavric woke up the werewolf. So we were at a show 2 weeks ago in Maryland called Monster Mania, and Angela's wearing her fangs, and this little kid comes up to her and goes, "How are vampires made?" So me being the jackass that I am, I'm like, when two ghouls truly love each other, they have a night of deep, hot passion, which ends with the male ghoul going, "Oops. Honey, I'm sorry." The kid stared at me blankly like a dog being showed a card trick. So 2 weeks ago, it's been 2 weeks. Shut up. It's been 2 weeks since I've been here. So last time I was here, I did a list on how to get away with the perfect murder. And someone came up to me and said, "I really liked your list of how to get away with the perfect murder. And I will say if their significant other goes missing, I know who the culprit is." I wasn't going to give you away. Only if he turns up missing. So, when we were doing Angela's birthday, our friend wanted to hang out with us after we're done here, so we went back to my house and we watched Rob Zombie's portrayal of the Munsters. Now, there were things I liked about it, there were things I hated about it. One thing I never thought I'd say, but I mean, his wife, she is no Yvonne DiCarlo. She is not Lily Munster. She was like the cheerleader in high school, the real popular one that everyone thinks has nothing between the ears, because more than likely she didn't. But she was trying to show she had talent, so she's trying to act like Yvonne DiCarlo, and it was just this cheap, like Yvonne DiCarlo was like Amazon Prime. Rob Zombie's wife, Wish. The people who shop online got that joke. But the guy who played Grandpa Munster, spot on. The guy who played Herman Munster, there were some things about him that really irritated me, but he had the big goofy laugh, which it was like, I haven't heard that since I was a kid. So that was nice. Plus, we were hanging out with them at Monster Mania, And the guy who played Herman Munster stopped Angela because he's like, I want to get a picture with you. Now you know you've got a really good look when the celebrity says you. I want a picture with you. I love my girlfriend, but I love when she gets lost at a convention. Like, I don't know where she is, because I'll just go, excuse me, I'm looking for a pretty girl, red mohawk. And they're like, oh yeah, right over there. But while we're watching this, I had a realization, and it took Rob Zombie's movie to make me think of how perverted this really is. Grandpa Munster is a vampire. Lily is a vampire. Lily's brother is a werewolf. Eddie Munster is a werewolf. Yeah. All right, well, I won't tell that joke again. You know what? Yeah, you're right. Marcia, you know what? You're right. My family friendly isn't that friendly, because I just realized this joke. So during my ventures in the world, I woke up at a farm, and I'm like, you know what? I want fresh milk. I want milk right from the cow. So I went and got it. And utterly, I realized it was a bull. Yes! I love when I write something and I get the reaction I want. So back in the 80s, when I was talking to my mother about people who get killed in horror movies, she goes, don't worry, kids never die in horror movies. She said this to me right before she took me to see the 80s version of The Blob. And the kid's friend dies in the sewer. And I remember sitting in the theater just like, the kid dies, and I was like, then I rented the original Halloween 2. And a trick-or-treating kid gets killed in that one. So I'm in my base, I'm like, Mom! You lied to me! I felt so cheated. Cheers!
Good timing.
I also realize in such a loving environment such as the niche, in this very bar, two of the most offensive things have ever been said to me. Now the first one, whether you support him or not, it means nothing. It just my hatred for the man is not political. It's on a business level. Someone told me, you know, you look like a Trump supporter, and I looked this woman in the eye and I said, that's the most offensive thing anyone's ever said to me. And I also followed it up with, do I look that uneducated? Again, no offense if you support the man. Just might not talk too much after I find out. But anyway, but then, 2 weeks ago, Marty told me I look like a hipster.
Oh, no.
That was the chubby Rob Zombie look, my friend. But then this weekend at Phillips Farms, we went to my friend Jason's haunted house, which is phenomenal. So if you're free this weekend or the weekend after, go check it out. It is phenomenal. However, I'm waiting in line with Angela, and a bunch of these little snot-nosed punk teenagers, like the jocular kind, but they're this big. This kid comes up and he goes, "Are you in Duck Dynasty?" Now I know Ted's not here, but I'm still trying to work on my non-F-bomb material. And we were out in public and they were kids, so I'm like, I'm not going to say what I originally would say to someone. I'm like, so I just said, no. And he goes, can I take a picture with you anyway? And I'm like, yeah, sure. So I get right up to him, he pulls the camera and I just do this. He had no idea I gave him the finger. And it's one of those things I really wish I could have been there when he's going, dude, I met the guy from Duck Dynasty. Man. And all his friends was like, yeah, you had no idea. I was like, yeah, he's that friggin' stupid. Honestly, I know I have a gray beard. I'm 45, but do I look like I'm in my 60s?
No.
Okay, good, because all those guys are like, and they're like twice my size. I'm a big guy, but they're twice my size. So I was at a convention years ago, and there was a short time in my life where I was engaged, and Lou Ferrigno almost killed my ex-fiance. Almost. Could have did me a huge favor if he did. So while we were at Monster Mania, we were staying at a friend of ours' house. They live like 15, 20 minutes away. I'm like, okay, let's save me about $500 on a hotel. So Friday night, we're sleeping, And Angela and I are woken up by a black cat who aggressively wanted to cuddle and snuggle us. It just came right up to our hands. To the point where I picked it up, I'm like, I need to sleep, and I threw it out of the room, locked the door, and then you just hear. You ever drop an F-bomb on a cat? You ever give the finger to a cat through a door at 4 o'clock in the morning? I have. It's not a fun experience. So a friend of mine came up to me that weekend and said, the party's over, man, the party's over. And I came up with this phenomenal quote, and this is how I'm going to live my life for the rest of my life. I said, the party is never over. As a matter of fact, I'm going to find a way to keep the party going after I'm dead. By that I mean I'm going to be cremated, and then I'm going to have one of my friends, because I have friends crazy enough to do this, they're going to take my ashes, buy some Coke, mix it up with that, and take it to a party so people can blow me. I'm so glad Ted isn't here right now. Now for one of my lists, because Mavric loves these. How to answer the phone and make people uncomfortable, depending on the vibe. And you said she's your aunt?
Yes.
You're too young to be her aunt.
Yeah, that's right.
Do you get offended easily?
Oh, yes, she does. Like, go for it.
All right, cool. So this is how to answer the phone and make people uncomfortable. County Moore, you kill them, we chill them. This is one of my personal favorites. Roadkill Cafe, you kill it, we grill it.
That's North Carolina.
I've done this one. My friend hung up on me. Yeah, who do you want me to kill? Hello, blood bank. Let me try that again. Hello, blood bank. How many gallons do you wish to contribute or donate? Arson for hire. I'll set the fire. I knew Mavric was going to giggle at that one. little good old songs. Little Billy Joel in there. Slasher for hire. I will slash for cash.
How about Flash for cash?
Talk to me after the show. You know what? Since you said that, now I'm not going to be worried about this one. And also, I'm going to say this before I say it. A woman told me this one in high school. Oh God. This is the only place I feel weird about telling jokes, but she answered the phone and said, homeless abortion clinic, your fetus will feed us. I hung up. I warned you. But listen, I don't want to hear anything out of you, because you were asking me if I'd flash for cash, and I will. There's not much I won't do for cash. You know why? Because the government can't tax me on that. You know, there's an old saying that people said to you when you were kids, Christmas is right around the corner. You know what I've realized? If you walk around the corner, some schmuck has a Christmas tree and wreaths and everything out on their front lawn. Down here, Christmas literally is right around the corner. Walmart, Lowe's, Target, Home Depot. Little section for Halloween. Huge Christmas. I find it vulgar and offensive. I'm sorry. It's not just because I live and breathe Halloween, but I mean, don't shove it down our throats. I remember I used to get excited about Christmas. Now it's just like, I see a Santa Claus, I want to punch him in the face. And then you start hearing that Salvation Army bell ringing. I'm going to assault one of those people this year. I just could see it with the way my ears have been going. So, but speaking of Christmas, I love down here how much everyone really appreciates landscapers down here. And I want to find out what the number of this landscapers company is, because in my town in Cary, there's about 5 houses just down the road from me that have these signs that's like, thank you, Jesus. All right, I'm not telling that joke again. Halloween costume ideas, and I told this one before. Dress up like a can of Coca-Cola and walk around with a cane. Cocaine? Nah, you were the first one. You remember the 80s like I do.
Quit making us think.
Dress in plain clothes.
Thank you.
And just when someone says, where's your costume? This is my costume. I'm a homicidal maniac. We look like everybody else. Another list from Mavric, and I know Mavric's going to use some of these. Haunted house vampire one-liners. Hey, ever been nailed in the coffin? I've used that one. I spent 20 years as a vampire in a haunted house. You know what? This is a Cheech and Chong one, but I'm using it anyway. You know what they say about me? I suck. It's not my joke. So Cheech and Chong are professionals. They got paid for that line. Hey, you into necrophilia? Hey, baby, I'm a stiff. This one's for Nirvana fans. I will drain you. I'm reaching like one person at a time. Careful, I bite. Hey, want to see my crypt? You will never grow old, and you will never die, but you must feed. And if anyone here doesn't know what movie that is from, I don't ever want to talk to you again. No Lost Boy fans in here, the hell with all of you. This one, and this is another one I've used. It was like, hey, want to live forever? When I said that, the old man said to me, no. I was like, sir, like, apparently you're dead, no one told you. No, I don't sparkle. Sorry, I really, really, really hate the Twilight series. And if I ever meet that actor, Robert Pattinson, I will beat the crap out of him. I don't care how good the new Batman was. Hey, my coffin is big enough for two. If you're going to kill me, please aim for my heart. A little romantic and drama in there. And I will close on this, and I will stand by this till the end of time. Pee Wee Herman was a better vampire than Edward ever was. My name is Andrew, and I am Horror Show Jack. Thank you very much.
All right, Niche Wine Lounge, one more time for Horror Show Jack. My stuff. Now is a great